Hey everybody, Rhadamant here. Thanks for tuning in to RimWorld Survival. So if you're curious about how the vote went, here it is. The full vote results in bar graph form. So Shield Belt and Plasteel Longswords for Brawlers won. Second place was that I pick a goal, and third place is that I make someone fully bionic. So here we are. Added the goals to the queue and removed all the goals that I've finished. And let's get going. So the first things first, Pavel had a tip here that walking on blocks will slow us down. So I'm going to dig out a little nook, let's call it. Or maybe it's a cranny. I don't really know the difference of nooks and crannies, but I'm going to call it a nook. And we will put the blocks in there, which will be a lot nicer. Additionally, it looks like the amount of solar power that I'm cranking out right now is not enough to offset the additional grow light. So I'm going to expand my solar power. Why solar power, if you're curious? Grow lights are on during the day, and solar power panels produce power during the day, so they're the perfect offset. And then I'm gonna apparently sloppily paint. Well, I want them to be able to get to here to recover the steel. And then, of course, we'll add this all to the home zone. Just not here or here. Speaking of home zone, let's also add these passageways and the mortar to the home zone. Yes, there we go. So, we were working on aggro, having the making a really nice charge rifle. So I am going to disable the clothing that he would otherwise make, because we don't need him screwing up and making some legendary pants or a shirt or whatever. Then additionally, I'm going to lift everyone's restrictions, I think, for now. And because everyone seems to be happy about me going north, I'm going to flagstone up towards the north so I can work there faster. Oh, don't eat lunch outside. That is a dreadfully fatal thing to do. There we go. So we're adding to the power grid here. And also adding to the hydroponic basins. So we're definitely not going to have enough steel for all these projects. So what I'm going to do is focus on one thing at a time. Alright. We are also creating flagstone. This will allow us to traverse the gap faster. So yes, we get somewhat irradiated building it, but then eventually it has payoffs. Kazumi, you're a constructor, or at least you can do construction. Let's get you to do that. Stormy, I'm gonna turn this off, and where are you? Here you are. I'm gonna have Stormy remove us, do a little corpse removal. Stormy, because he's a researcher, very seldom has radiation buildup. So it's a good go-to character for burning stuff. I'm also just going to burn the Psychite. Nah. No, I'll grab the Psychite tea. The problem was I had to get close to some corpses to do it. So whoever drinks that tea better enjoy it. It is corpse tea now. Alright, so Stormy, let's switch your weapon back. And insect meat just rotted. Let's see. I will expand the chimney, I suppose, to make it colder. Not so sure I like the fact that it rotted, but we'll aim to fix it. Okay, now we can bridge the gap a little bit quicker. That'll be nice. The walk speed went up from probably roughly around 80% to 100%. It's too bad there's no rubberized tracks like in track and field that you'd be able to run quicker than 100%. Oh, toxic fallout. Well, the wonderful thing about toxic fallout, we already have a base pretty much entirely set up for a really bad toxic fallout event. So, honestly, makes no difference. Alright, I'm canceling these hydroponic basins so that we can repurpose the steel towards the power grid. The lack of a decent power grid, that is. Alright, we got 93 components. And then additionally, I really ought to work towards the, oh, there we go. Janes, could you, oh, that's outside of limited radiation. Let's add it. Let's have Janes quickly fix this lack of a decent chimney thing, whatever. I believe I just threw a roof on that, so, yep. Let's get rid of that. Some cargo pods. Oh, you know what? The toxic fallout didn't happen here. It happened at our outpost. I was wondering about that, because I was like, it doesn't look ugly here. Dodge that proverbial bullet. Mythical emergency. Don't like that. Get on inside. Zone. Add that so we can use it. Cephalo, how is yours? You are minor 25%. You're going to go build that. Aggro, how bad did I get? 44%. Hopefully that doesn't come back and haunt me. Alright, looks like a lot of people up. A little bit higher radiation than they ought to be. So I'll just fix it. Alright, digging at the deep drill, that's good, because we're going to need the plasteel for the charge rifle. Let's go ahead and pop this other door open, and yes, now our kitchen is sufficiently cold with the double chimney. I don't know why one chimney all of a sudden became insufficient. But it did, so I fixed it. Alright. We're about to get a cotton harvest here, which will be great to get some medicine back into our people. We've not had decent medicine in a while, but rather not a good stockpile of it. Aggro, still medical emergency, huh? Please don't get cancer. As soon as I get medicine, it seems like I managed to get cancer, like within the same moment. That's just what happens. So James is trying to mine up the plasteel for the charge rifle that I'd want. Aggro is slowly recovering from the amount of radiation that he got. So one more portion of plasteel and we'll have enough for that charge rifle. Cargo pods of meat. Pork, to be specific. Obtainable, I'd have to say. So, Kazumi, your health is... You're good to go. I'm just going to send her right away. Now that we have a kitchen that is actually freezing stuff, that's a really good indicator that the storyteller wants me to get this meat. Alright. Have her snake around to where she needs to be. I have to queue up all those moves to make sure she stays within the tunnel system. And then load all the pork. And the plasteel, or the plasteel. I wish. Oh, apparently I can hold all that, but I can't hold anything else. So remove, and she'll return. The joy of having all these painted tunnels is now I don't even have to watch her. She will run home the smart way. Oh, I love it. Okay, so follow has nothing to do. There will be a bunch of slag to smelt. Aggro deeply needs to sleep. Getting some more steel, which is good. This next batch of steel can go towards... Oh, we just researched power armor. Let's do flak armor. Flak armor is something I often overlook, but it's honestly very useful. Extraordinarily useful. I don't know why I overlook it. I shouldn't. Given its utility, it can turn a instantly losing your liver or heart or kidney or lung into an injured kidney, lung, liver, heart. That is a huge difference. Life or death. So, flak vests. Oh, here we go. The charge rifle in question being constructed. Excitement. Janes, you, I think... Oh, Kazumi needs the rifle. Janes, you are going to be our bionic man. Just because you already have bionic legs. If I add some more bionics to you, you're the closest to becoming fully bionic. So, well, you and Kazumi, but Kazumi doesn't haul, so I might not want a non-hauler. Acid, your construction is 5. That worries me a little bit. It's a little low. I'm going to have Sfalu take over. I don't mind having them on construction, I just don't want them to fail. Cefalu's at 16, so the chance of him failing is a little bit different than Acid's. Well, Acid's catharsis really made him happy. Wow. Alright, so here we go. Tony doing the surgery. Medical of 14 in a sterile hospital. And we're good. James has a bionic stomach. Alright, I'm going to be moving this charge rifle above components. So aggro works on that first. All this lovely meat going to good use. Let's see. So we got another hydroponic basin in. And we're going to want some more. Another thing I could do is to have everyone that is idle mine and only allow the nodes of steel and stuff and the deep drill being mined by a proper miner. And that way all these people that are idle, that have nothing to do, can do something productive. Oh, wow. That is a gift from Cassandra, I think. Not Randy. That was pretty cool. I can dig it. Yeah. Atrociously bad at mining, but we'll get there. Alright, James is on his feet. Let's see. So metabolism is now enhanced. Good. Cephalo getting another harvest of cotton. Yeah, I'm absolutely good with building up a nice surplus of cotton, and that will allow us to have replacement clothing, because a bunch of people are in parkas, not dusters. I'd rather be wearing dusters because it's really not that cold out. And then on top of that, Cephalo doesn't even have an outer wear. He's just in a t-shirt, so he's a pacifist, so it's not like he's outside of the base for much, and not for long either. But it's not to say I want him to stay that way. Alright, let's see. You're just initial, so you're going to be limited, and we'll have you go out. Grab those precious components so we don't have to keep crafting them. Looks good. It is a well-oiled machine here. So with any luck, this charge rifle will be legendary, and it will be a great high DPS way for me to defend myself. And without luck, it will be garbage. Alright, I'm going to add to the power grid before I add to the hydroponic basins. Of course, hydroponic basins do pull power as well. And they pull power around the clock, unlike their grow light. So my batteries are definitely waning in their capacity, or in their, not in their capacity, but in their stored power. Which means it wouldn't hurt to add in one more wind too. I hadn't really wanted to expand the power grid quite this widely, but I think it's a wise idea. And this way, I will have, if I absolutely need power, I can flip on those chem fuels. But this will allow me to have a somewhat more reliable source of power that is renewable, that doesn't flake out on me constantly. Okay. There we go. I will do the solar. You know what? I'm going to actually do the wind first. Okay. Aggro reached 17 in crafting twice. And Jane's in mining. So all those tribal raider bodies are taken care of. Well, most of them. Some are still out there. And while people are out here, I gotta watch their health. Alright. Looks like I'm in a need of steel. So working on this northern tunnel is definitely going to be my source of steel. We're pretty close to having that charge rifle done. Exciting stuff. And all of my idle pawns tells me that I'm doing something right. That I am getting the right work done. With pretty good consistency. Alright, charge rifle, you better be, like, at least... Well, you better be legendary. Let's be honest. Masterwork. Well, you know what? Masterwork is still phenomenal, so... I'm not going to complain too harshly, but I was really hoping for legendary. 17 crafter with an inspiration. That yells legendary to me, but apparently not to everyone else. So, let's go ahead and unsuspend the clothing now that it can't get screwed up. So, if you're curious, Yeah, no, that's a pretty nice rifle right there. I'm not gonna lie. Let's start working on spare clothing. James, how's your health? You're still at minor. Aggro's at minor. So our miners still have minor buildup. But everyone minus Acid who refuses to mine has mining as a task, so they will be working towards that. Alright, so we're starting to get some excellent placement clothing. And I think what I'm going to do is just let the cotton farm run for a bit until I get 2 of everything. So I'm going to first make 1 of everything, and then I'll queue up another one. And that way we actually have a surplus, because we haven't had a surplus in a while. And the problem is, as a result, half of the stuff I'm wearing, like James's parka, or James's toque, they're falling apart. Or let's take a look. Tony's parka, and Tony's pants, and Tony's toque. And Kazumi's parka is literally just about to be tattered. Yeah, everyone has very... Oh, same with Acid's toque. Yeah, everyone has super tattered stuff. So, bummer. Psychic drone, male medium. So yeah, it would be really wise to keep running the cotton for a while. Making sure that we are investing. Excellent sculpture here. And then, let's see. Getting that duster out. Flak armor's researched. Great. Fire foam would be awesome, especially for the outpost. That seems to want to catch fire while I'm not present. Somewhat impressive. Slightly's, somewhat. Why are you on a major break? Here, have some ambrosia. That didn't seem to do very much. And he's going to destroy the machining table on a tantrum. Am I even going to be able to get there in time to save this thing? Sort of. Alright. I think the best person to try to arrest him would be the pacifist. Because he's not going to be able to fight back if he gets hurt. Because I don't want to hurt Janes. I'm going to keep him in the prison for now because it's a psychic drone. And I think given he's volatile to begin with, that's a bad combination and will cause more mental breaks. So I feel very sorry for Janes here, but it's really for his own protection. Because if he had a different type of mental break, like let's say he wanted to wander around outside, that would be honestly very dangerous for him. So, yeah, that's more of a psych ward than anything else. Think of it as a psych ward. Yeah, this psychic drone is bad. Very bad. And we don't have our usual complement of tea and beer to offset it because we've been so food-strapped for so long. So Acid went from very happy to sort of mediocre here. Cephalo, you're probably going to be next. I'm going to have you ambrosia up. That ambrosia addict bringing the ambrosia for us. That was nice. Cephalo's not much of a miner and probably shouldn't do the mining. What is your mining? 1? Yeah, the trouble is really low skill miners can cause more infestations as a result of their crappy mining. So it's not always honestly all that safe to mine with low skill miners. So I'm trying to make everyone's bedroom somewhat impressive. Without ruining the quality of the kitchen. Alright, so it's still very impressive, and these bedrooms are somewhat impressive, because the somewhat impressive bedrooms will provide a little bit of a mood boost as well. So now they're all somewhat impressive, and that will definitely help us out. And then the remnants... Where are you going? The remnants of the cloth that we have going to meds. Nice. A stockpile of 16 meds makes me feel very comfortable. As far as assigned foods go, I'm going to put Cefalu on fine meals because he's the lowest. Actually, Aggro should probably join him. Just to be cautious. Alright. Aggro, looks like you need work. I wish there was a way to set deep drills. I'm sure there's a mod that does it, but a way to set deep drills so that you have a minimum skill required to use it. Much the way when you make like anything on the smithy or whatever, you can decide what the minimum skill is, because I'd really not want low skilled people to use that. Alright, our health. We're still somewhat irradiated. Tony's been digging north. Alright, Psychic Drone is ended. Let's release Jane's. Back into General Pop. Janes, you are good to mine the fun bits. Meaning anywhere you want. Now, he's going to have was imprisoned for 6 days. But I think that's still better than having him have a mental break that has him wandering away somewhere dangerous. In my opinion. So as you can see, the rice is very much stocking up. I'm going to make up to 50 meals. And honestly, the packaged meals don't need to be kept here. So let's take them out. I do have some starving animals, so I'll have to attend to that in a moment. Let's see. Let's be able to make the packaged survival meals. So, starving animals. In this kibble, I'm going to have this be critical for raw food of rice, and we'll move some rice in there. Hopefully. Janes, you can reclaim your weapon here. Actually, you know what? No. Forget that. You're going to get the LMG. And he's going to head north and dig. That's great. Alright, so the animals now have rice to munch on, because I don't have the insect meat for kibble, but we are heading towards insects here. Ooh, and it looks like I've got steel. So what I'm going to do is... You know, I don't like reusing temp zones, because I really never know how they're painted. So I'm just going to create a new temp zone. And I'm going to make Janes, fresh out of prison, the super miner of steel here. Hope it's a big node. That was a very short toxic fallout. Should have... I was kind of hoping it would actually last a bit longer and rot away all the corpses, but that's wishful thinking. Okay, So this is precious steel that we desperately need for our power grid, for our hydroponics, for components, really for everything. Okay, so we had a power feedback event that didn't cause any fires. That's great. I'm going to keep Jane's here as long as I think I can. He's very fast at this. And then I can have the other pawns do the hauling. He is plowing through this node of steel here. Oh, I reached a natural edge. Kazumi is cranking out them meals, trying to make room. As long as I don't allow the kitchen to thaw out, oh, you know what? It is on the brink of frozen, but not frozen enough. So yeah, it's refrigerated. I don't know. I don't think we're going to lose anything. But again, what I might want to do is expand this chimney. Let's just super expand the chimney. I'm tired of... I am very tired of it not being cold enough. I don't know why it's being the way it is, but we'll aim to fix it. Jane's mood is faltering, but I still don't think he's at risk. Now, I'm not using vents because, honestly, open marble doors are cheaper. No radiation? Okay. Poor Jane's been stuck up in a cave. But hey, I mean, that's the humble beginnings of Iron Man, right? So, who am I to judge? Let's put you on limited real quick. Do some mining. Make sure we, oops, remove the roof here. Keep the doors open. Open. I say it and then that's exactly not what happens. Alright. Is that what a bunch of open doors look like? I suppose it is. This kitchen is now very, very frozen. In fact, I don't even know why I have chimneys. I'll just keep an open section. It will still be indoors, it'll just be unroofed. Unfortunately for James, he fell asleep up here. So let's go and put him on limited. And have him add this cave to limited. That's why no one's been hauling it back. They weren't allowed there anyway. So here's Tony and Stormy. And then I think what I'm going to do is... everyone's going to be on hauling, because I want that steel coming home so that we can use it. I could put a research project. Let's do cryo sleep. Caskets. Alright, so it's just going to be a large unroofed zone. That's totally fine. That sounded really close. Fungus. Cool. It's close enough that I won't caravan for it. Our batteries look to be doing quite well with this additional solar power panel. Oh, and a meteorite of silver. That's really close, but really, really hard to mine out as well, unfortunately. How is everyone doing? Advanced components. Hauling in all that fungus. Soon to be constructing the marble tiles. Hauled in a whole lot of the steel. We went from like 0 to 700. Built the wind turbine. So 700, huh? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Let's immediately reinvest that. And another meteorite. What is going on? Okay, this is uranium. I desperately needed uranium. I think what I'll do is mine to it. So that's pretty cool. Pretty cool indeed. And I am about out of time. Even though I'm very enthusiastic about the amount of progress I've been making. So guys, if you have any tips, tricks, feedback for me, drop me a line. All the people that ended up voting, thank you so very much for your time and energy into contributing feedback to this series. Thank you to all of my patrons that allow this channel to survive and thrive, and to all of you viewers that tune in every few days for more episodes. Adios, everybody.